Well, here we go for the opening day here at Lakeside Speedway. Here's your first few rows. We got Marshall Jewett, Jay Barnes, Cliff Hedges Jr., Brett Heater, Caleb McClellan, Justin Seifert, Darren Christie, and Joe Smith Jr. That's going to be about your first 3 or 4 rows. And here goes the 2011 season at Lakeside Speedway as they go into turn 1. And that's going to be Marshall Jewett, as he is going to take the lead here and will probably lead for the first lap for this 2011 season here for the A main at Lakeside Speedway. That's the 30 of Cliff Hedges Jr. in second, and Jay Barnes in third, and the 05 of Brett Heater, points champion from just a couple of years ago, there in fourth as he comes back. 30, Cliff Hedges Jr. is going to spin right here on the front straightaway, and one of the back runners is going to clip him and lose the door panel. One lap in, Marshall Jewett still your leader, Jay Barnes, Brett Heater, and I'm sorry, that's the Marshall Jewett, who is smoking pretty bad up in the front, but that's Brett Heater there in second, not Jay Barnes. Jay Barnes is back in fourth. Heater down to the inside of Jewett through 1 and 2. Jewett up on that top side is going to pull out the lead there. That is the 68 of Caleb McClellan now in third. As Peter once again gets down on the inside of Jewett as they race side by side into turn 3. And it looks like Brett Heater is going to take over that first place. Jewett starts to drop back. Now maybe even slow down a little bit. Smoke continues to pour off that car. That's Caleb McClellan in second. Jay Barnes in third. And now the third 37 of Justin Seifert moves in to fourth place. Jewett fifth. Now we got us a real good race going into turn 1. McClellan on the bottom, Heater on the top. Jay Barnes continues to hang on to that third place. Justin Seifert in fourth. Now it looks like Darren Christie has moved into that 5th place, but just barely. Our leaders come around and will complete lap number 8. Things seem to be settling down here just a little bit now. Heater holding on to that first spot, McClellan in second, Jay Barnes third. Heater up around the top, going a little Justin dirt. Now he's going to cut down in front of McClellan as they go into turn 1. Caleb McClellan up to Peter's left rear quarter panel as they go through 1 and 2. Now the leaders start to encounter some lap traffic. Heater drops down to that bottom side. He's going to get around the 41 of Vernon Peter. Caleb follows him right through there. Now he comes up, shows him the fender just a little bit. McClellan pulls up like he's got something broke or a flat tire. He's going to go towards the wall and gets about halfway into the pit entrance. And that's going to bring out, he makes it on in, and that's going to save the yellow flag. And now Heater with about a 5 to 6 car length lead over second place Jay Barnes. 46 of Dave Holcomb now in third, 44 of Henry Mabey, and Brad Heater is going to take the white flag as now Jay Barnes has closed that distance up pretty good on Heater. He's going to look to the inside, but Heater looks like he is going to pinch him off. Unless something happens here coming out of 4, it looks like Brad Heater is going to be your winner. Jay Barnes is second. 46 of Dave Holcomb. 44 right there of Henry maybe. And the 33 of Phil Snodgrass. That's going to be your top 5.
Here at Lakeside with the winner of the Factory Stock A Main, and all I can say is Brett is back. Brett set out for a year, but man, you're back this year, and first night out you pull out the win.
I don't even know what to say. I just got to thank my help, my mom, my dad, Wayne down at Bill's Transmissions, Barrett Heating Cooling, McWhite, Newman's Machine Shop, just all my sponsors and help. Couldn't do it without them.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember right now. I'm having one of those senior moments, but you were having quite a race early with the early leader, and then Caleb was up there racing with you too.
Yeah, me and Marshall were going at it, and I want to make sure I raced him clean, because I don't want nobody racing me dirty. But yeah, we were able to set him up, and then I felt old Caleb beating on the back door, but we were able to hold him off and bring her home. That's the goal. We did it.
Quite a race to watch. Once again, an entertaining evening for fans here at Lakeside. A day race, which was a little bit unusual. Track just a little bit rough for you.
Yeah, extremely rough. It's hard on equipment, and it makes it 10 times harder to get her around there. But if you can get her around there and the rest of them can't, you're in good shape.
Yeah. Okay, once again, folks, your winner here tonight for the Factory Stocks, Brett Heater, and of course that cheater heater power.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, folks, it's what you've been waiting for. They've been talking about B-Mods here at Lakeside. We've got the topless B-Mods, Bobby Wood, Roy Stanley on that front row, Brent Fielder, Ken Cates, Nick Newton, Gene Claxton, John Fugit, Mike Tanner, Troy Carlisle, and Jason White. That's about your first 5 and 6. They are just about 3 wide off of turn 4, and they go into number 1, and it looks like Bobby Wood is going to lead them down that back straightaway. 57S of Royce Stanley in that second spot. Bobby Wood is going to be your first A-Main first lap leader here for these topless B-Mods. Kind of nice looking little cars. Got one back here in the back that's really leaning over. He's got something broke on that suspension, I'm sure. Lead them on turn 2, and now that is and he's almost spins it and dumps it, gathers it back up. Now Nick Newton second spot. That was the 47 there of Brent as he pulls in. Looks like
Wiped out the J-bar.
We'll say something broke on the back of that.
Yeah, wiped out the J-bar on it.
Got Cowboy Smith here, a Grand National driver. He's going to help us out on the call here tonight, and I think it was the J-bar, huh?
Yeah, the track's just so rough. He got the hopping up there. I'm sure the J-bar's bent. You can tell by the way the rear end's sticking out the left side of the car. He just took a nasty hop.
Well, it looks like they're going to throw the yellow and reline them. Jeff and myself will be back here in just a minute with the restart. Well, Jeff, one of the most popular classes in America right now, these B mods. What do you think of this class?
Actually, I think it's a growing sport, and it's probably about the cheapest way that you can actually get into lakeside racing. These cars are all over in a cheap way. Here
Once
we go.
again, your leader, Bobby Wood, out of one. Nick Newton in that second place. And it looks like the 44, Troy Carlisle, is going to step up into that third spot. It looks like he wants second. Looks like we got some ruts developing right there where they start to go into one. The 57 of Stanley, he's going to drop back to fourth. Man, some real active racing, Jeff, going on back there for third, fourth, and fifth.
Yeah, it's a very competitive class. Everybody has to run basically the same motor. It's basically the same motor you have in the street stock class. It's just in this class you have totally tunable suspension. These modifieds are laying around all over the country. They're not competitive in the A-mod class because they have either a 2-link or a leaf spring rear suspension.
The leader looks sideways coming out of 4, and we've got a new leader. It's the 44 of Troy Carlisle as he takes over the lead. And now I think that is the number 20. If I'm reading
the cars
that right.
are very equal. It's mostly the driver and the minor tuning thing.
Mike Tanner, the 20T, I'm sorry. He races now for second place.
It's like Gene Gotti.
Looks like Gene Claxton now moving up to fourth. Race down that back straightaway for that second place. Mike Tanner and Royce Stanley, but Gene Claxton now starting to close in. The race leader, Bobby Wood, is in that fifth spot. Heck of a race here for second place. He's probably a good 10 car lengths ahead of second place. We've completed 9 laps. That's your leader out of 4, Troy Carlisle. Tanner and Stanley, and early race leader Bobby Wood, and then Claxton in that fifth spot. Presume 5 to go. Laps there are. Looks like the race for second place now is starting to settle down.
AJ Tice just pulled off with motor problems.
Definitely some ruts right there in the middle. Turn 4. Now Stanley gets down on the bottom side of Tanner as they come out of turn 3. Looks like Tanner's going to go up high to miss the ruts. Stanley is going to take back over that second spot. That's 13 down. Stanley dealing with a lap car having a little trouble getting around the 17. Here comes the white flag for your leader. 44, Troy Carlisle. It's the white flag. And he's got just about a straightaway lead now over second place, Stanley. And with no top, you can see him waving that hand, your winner.
Stanley broke down right at the line.
Something happened to Stanley right there at the end of the race. And the 20 of Mike Tanner is going to get second, and 14 Bobby Wood will be third. And it looks like Stanley coasts across the finish line.
Yeah, he broke down going into 3.
And I believe Gene Claxton pulled in there for 5th, but I really wasn't watching, so I don't really know. But that's going to be your first A main for the topless B mods here at Lakeside Speedway for 2011.
I'm here with Troy Carlisle, the winner of the first topless B mod race here at Lakeside Speedway. What did you think out there? Track to your liking?
Kinda. I mean, I like the tackiness, but the rough is always just horrible. It just beats me to death.
And you got a little bit of a break there early in the race too. The 44, and I can't remember, or not 44, but the guy that was leading kind of got loose coming out of 4, and man, you slid right by him. And after that, you were gone.
Yeah, he messed up. He hit a rut and pushed his car up, and then I just found the hole and went for it. So it just took off like a bat. But I mean, the car drove awesome. I was trying to figure out which lines to run. I mean, whether I wanted to go high or low. My dad said I was better up high, but I felt more comfortable down low because I could find smooth spots down there. And then they said I just checked out. So,
yeah, oh boy, did you ever! Troy, you going to be a regular out here, or is this kind of a one-time deal?
Oh, we're going to try to be regular. So,
normally runs CMS.
This year we're gonna maybe on Saturdays just kind of travel around, see if we can take people's money. So,
all right, give me a chassis and the motor builder.
This is a Hughes, and my motor builder is Travis Thomas.
All right. Once again, folks, your winner, Troy Carlisle, for the very first topless B mod race here at Lakeside Speedway. Way to go, Troy.
Thank you.
All right, folks, here is your first Grand National race of the night here at Lakeside Speedway, and your lineup's going to be this way. Former points champion Tim Shield and former points champion Gene Claxton on the front row, Marshall Jewett, Jeff Miles, Luke Neiman, Mike Taylor Jr., Tim Billings, Stephen Dibben, Gary Donaldson, Bill Rushinger, Don Mars, Mike Ryan, Sam Schuler, Mike Morris, Kelby Orslander, and of course one name missing this year is Jeff Cowboy Smith. But Jeff, what's your thoughts on the track here so far? An unusual day race, but had a lot of rain earlier.
Yeah, I'm kind of missing being here, but the problem they got here is this track's built on a river bottom, and the moisture keeps soaking up, and there is nothing they can do about it. We just got to go racing. Looks like Tim Shields has got a good start here. He's pulling away. He's taking Gene Claxton with him. Looks like Marshall Hewitt's dropped in behind him. Luke Neiman's doing pretty good on the bottom. Looks like Tim Billings is holding his own mid-pack. Jeff Miles is running around the top in 4th, hanging on to it. Looks like he's moving forward to the nuke. We've got a car off in 2. Looks like we're going to be possibly getting the yellow. Yes, it is. And I believe that would be Kelby. We've got spun out down there in the bottom of 2. He didn't hit nothing. He should be able to get going here unless he's stuck.
Yeah, there's still quite a bit of mud around. I had a couple of in-car cameras earlier, and I couldn't believe when he came in how much mud was on there. So there's still a lot of moisture out there.
Oh yeah, and as the sun goes down, it's going to keep coming up.
Well, all I can say, Cowboy, is I think this Grand National class is going to have their hands full again this year. You know that Claxton and Shields are out there just having the ball, running with each other. But boy, definitely going to be 2 of the
class of the field, you might say.
Yeah, you don't want to count out Flying Mike Ryan too. He's got a lot of experience. He's new to the class. He bought a car this year. He's going to be running with us. He's in that black 51. You might want to keep an eye on him. I think he's going to do well.
Well, a guy that I thought really come on last year, probably about mid-season on, was Gary Donaldson. I thought he really got a grip on it. I know they were dealing with, I think, a 4-bar car or whatever for the first time. And really, the last part of the season was fast.
Now, Gary's a really nice guy. He's kind of a quiet individual. When he gets in a car, he puts on his race face. He's starting to gain experience, and they're really learning how to handle that car. He's also bought a late model, and he's going to, I guess, start running it next year.
ULMA, isn't it?
Yeah. So let's see what happens here. I think he can really move up in his class.
Here we go. We're going to start him again. Claxton. Jim Shields going to dive down to the inside. Can he hold on to it? Just not much moisture there.
Looks like Marshall Hewitt had some kind of trouble there. He's slipping back. Nick Neiman got him. Looks like Tim Billings got him. It looks like Jeff Miles has moved up to third. He's looking pretty stable. Let's see how he goes. Looks like Tim Billings being held up a little bit. I think he's faster than what he actually looks there. Looks like Gene's moving up on Tim too. I think we might have a challenge for the lead here in a lap or two. Gene's running one of those new trade motors this week with class. It doesn't look like he's down on power at all. That's another cheap, economical way to get into this class. You can buy the crate motor and just drop it in and go.
Got some debris in 4. Don't know whose car it came off of, but we'll probably find out as they'll probably be going to the tail end. Well, they'll realign them, and we'll be right back. We're getting ready to drop the green again, and once again, Tim Shields, your leader out of 4, Gene Claxton. Second, 2 of Jeff Miles, and that is Tim Billings down now on the inside of Miles. If he can get around Miles, look out, because he has really been coming up through there, started in that 4th row. Miles going up through the Grand Canyon. Already, Billings up to the back end of Gene Claxton. Here on lap 5, plenty of race left, Jeff.
Yes, there is. They're only about a third of the way through it. And it looks like Tim's coming. I think he's going to finish in the top 2, maybe even win this thing. Gary Donaldson's also moving up right now. He seems to be moving forward. He's taking Mike Ryan with him. They're both moving forward.
6 down, your leader, Tim Shields. Again, now Billings looks to the inside of Claxton.
Here goes Tim. Tim's moving into second. And I really think he's going to have something for the other Tim here in just a minute.
Sure looks like he's going to catch him, Jeff. He's making a roundup.
I think Tim Billings is going to catch Tim Shields, and also a car on the move. I think Gary Donaldson might be the second fastest car out there right now. He seems to be moving forward also.
Looks like Billings has found a halfway decent spot to run through 1 and 2 up high. If he can find something there through 3 and 4.
He found a pretty good line through that away. He gained on Gene a little bit. I think within the next 3 laps, we got ourselves a race right here.
Billings to the outside. Tim Shields as the two Tims go at it here.
Yep. We're going to see us a new leader on the front straightaway. Here he comes. Gene seems to be losing parts.
Looked like a wheel cover or something come off of Tim Shields' car there.
Yeah, Tim Shields just lost a mud plug. I think that's the second one he's lost.
It's on the track as he just about runs over it right there.
That's his air cleaner. Tim Shields has lost his air cleaner. So Tim is spending a lot of money in motor right now. He needs to just go ahead and pull off.
Doesn't look like they're going to throw the yellow, because if they do, Shields will be going to the back.
Well, I don't think they'll throw the yellows for him because of the debris off the track. But if he keeps running with that motor, he's going to ruin it. And the motors in these cars are upwards of $10,000 to $15,000.
The two leaders now have pulled out to over a straightaway lead. Now Mike Ryan comes up and starts looking to the outside of Gene Claxton. It looks like Mike Ryan's going to take third away from Claxton. Claxton slows down quite a bit. Mike Ryan now in near third place.
Oh, Marshall Hewitt just blew up.
Looks like 16 down. They'll come around and complete 17, only 3 laps to go as Shields gets up the side. Tim Billings, 3 laps to go here in the Grand National race. Partly track conditions dictating how this race is going. Two guys there in the front. Now, Tim Shields gets back around.
We got a leader change again. This is going to be a good last 2 laps. Here comes Tim back. It's the Tim and Tim show. Tim Shields has got the momentum. Tim Billings has got the line. They hit. Tim Billings wins.
White flag comes out.
Tim Shields is going to win this one, folks. But it's just not going to work.
And your winner, Tim Shields, Tim Billings in second. And I got to look way back here for Mike Ryan in third. Fourth, and Gary Donaldson will bring home that fifth spot. And all I can say, Jeff, is wow. What a race.
That was one of the best races so far of the evening between the Tim and Tim show there. Neither one of them back off. They even touched a couple times for us.
Yeah, they did. Tim Shields, your winner, like you were saying, Jeff, he never gave up. It fell back probably at least 3 or 4 car lengths, but just stayed right in there with it and got it back.
That's right. Something that doesn't show on a track that's this rough, but Tim is an incredibly smooth driver, and even though it didn't show on a track like this, that was probably the reason that he was able to gain back on Tim Billings was the way he drives the car. It's a momentum thing in these 2-barrel cars,
right,
and he is good at it.
Once again, your winner for the Grand Nationals here on the first night at Lakeside Speedway for 2011, Tim Shields. Well, folks, we're going to start the A main tonight, I believe, with 30 cars. Evidently, they voted not to do the B main, but here's going to be your starting lineup for at least a first of the few in the front. Luke Driscoll and Tim Carrick on that front row. Jason Bodenhammer, Chad Lyle, Joe Cobb, Larry Bubba Harvey, Mark Schaffman, Kerry Davis, Darren Fuqua, Aaron Morant,
Chad Lyle in third. Luke Driscoll in fourth. And it looks like the Masters are going to make it through as they are 4 deep and whatever back here in Diamond Time. But it looks like Tim Carey is going to be lap leader. Chad Lyle in third. Looks like he wants to take that second spot away. Bodie is going to run down the back straightaway. That's pretty much where the racing is right now. Somebody's up against the wall, and we may have a yellow as we slow it down. The leaders are going to come around, and the yellow flag will come out. And that is the 22 of Darren Bennett who brings out the yellow flag here. Probably have 2 laps in. Well, all I can say is I forget how fast these cars are. I did not get to see any of the heat races. Once again, Tim Carrick, Jason Rosenhammer, Jason Lyle, Nick Bristol. Now it looks like Gary Davis into that 6th spot as he's taking that away from Joe Lyle. Now Lyle is going to charge into that 2nd spot ahead of Bodenhammer. Jared Steens is going to roll over about 3 or 4 times. And of course the red flag comes out and they're out there right away to see how things are with Jared. A lot of damage on that car, Jeff. Early on, he was in an accident down here earlier. Think that might have had anything to do with him rolling over? Did he just catch a rut?
No, actually what happened there, Nick Bittinger spun out and he was an unfortunate victim. He just happened to run into Nick. It had nothing to do with the condition of his car. Even though the car was already half trashed, it was nothing like it looks now.
Well, we only got 2 laps down, folks, and your leader, Tim Carrick, Jason Bodenhammer, Chad Lyle, Luke Driscoll, and Kerry Davis. That's your top 5 as they come out of turn 4. Bodenhammer down on that bottom. He's going to be able to get this away from Carrick, and it looks like he will. Here for the start, and lap number 3, Bodenhammer kind of slides up and then pushes Carrick into the cushion. Now we're slowing down a little bit. Now here comes Chad Lyle. On that low side, and he's going to move away from Carrick. Who knows, when Carrick hit that cushion up there, he might have jostled something loose. But I don't think so. Coming back on that low side. 2, 3, and 4. Man, what a race. And Carrick just skyrocket. Going to take that back away. Bodenhammer gets up in the ruts there in 3 and 4. Lyle now in 2nd. Bodenhammer 3rd. Kerry Davis and Mason Luke Driscoll in the 4th spot. And looks like Luke's going to hang on to it. Kerry's just not quite through the bottom part of 1 and 2. Boy, Kerry hits the rut there. Coming out of 4. Really jostles the car.
number 11. Boy, it's getting really rough up there in turn 2. I think there are some bruises up there. They've got to really watch it as they pick their way. Turn 2. We'll see where Lyle picks to run at this time. He's trying to go. Slow as he can go. Carrick up on the top. Another rough spot there. Carrick gets it to run again. That's going to give the lead back to Chad Lyle. Drivers go through these turns. They almost need a tour guide. Find the way through these ruts. They have wide. Back here in the back. Randy race for that fourth spot. Driscoll all by himself. Got a racer coming out of 4. Lyle. An entertaining race for the drivers. Or for the fans, I'm sorry, but I imagine not that much. For the drivers, there'll probably be some sore bottoms out there. Well, Jeff, an entertaining race for the fans as we've seen. I don't know how many lead changes already, but I'm sure for these drivers, and you've been in this situation, probably not the best for these guys. Probably going to have some sore arms, legs, muscles, and rear ends.
Yeah, actually, you don't realize when the track is this rough and you're going through the corners, it can actually blur your vision. And when it's this rough and you do that consistently, you'll actually get a headache by the time the race is actually over. It's a testament to this men's ability, as close as they're racing, that they're not just wrecking into each other. To drive those cars that hard under these conditions, that's a testament to how good these two guys really are.
Well, and something else you have to think about is as speeds that they're going on the entry speed into the corners, the suspension holding together on these. I can't tell you how many times I've seen these modifieds on a track that with the conditions that we're starting to get here, and we're only 15 laps in, we still got 10 to go, of the suspension parts, springs coming out. I mean, like you say, J-bars, stuff like that on them rear ends coming apart.
Oh yeah, the way they're entering the corner, just a couple of laps ago, we saw Tim Carrick enter 3, and the nose dove in, and you saw probably a 50-pound chunk of mud fly up into the air, and all 4 tires came off the ground. Just one wrong hop like that can break apart and make him flip several times. They're entering the corners here somewhere between probably 110 and 120 miles an hour. And the stress that's put on the equipment is just unbelievable when a track's like this.
Still looks like it's a really tacky track. I mean, even here on the front straightaway, I know I can't really get a good shot of it, but it still looks, it's a real dark color. I mean, it is still damp, it looks like.
Yeah, it's kind of a catch-22. You're getting incredible traction, which means you're putting the horsepower down. The speeds are high and the track's rough, and that makes for a spooky combination. Makes it interesting for us sitting in the stands, though. Could be expensive if you're out there racing.
Quite a bit. Like you say, I've enjoyed this race tremendously. I don't know if I've seen a modified race out here that's had this many lead changes, but it's not necessarily have set up drivers or driver speed or car speed. It's been track conditions trying to miss the ruts. As I said earlier, they almost need a tour guide to get through the ruts. But here's your lineup once again, 15 down, 10 to go. Chad Lyle, now your leader. Tim Carrick in second. Luke Driscoll third. Aaron Morant, who's been moving up through there. I lost my sheet, and I can't remember where Aaron came up
Aaron
from.
came from
He
back
came up outside the 10th starting spot, and the 13 now in that 5th spot. Here we go.
Kerry seen what those other guys have been doing down there. He's going to move into that third spot as Kerry once again up to challenge Lyle, and he's going to get it. And he'll lead lap 16. He gets a good smooth run down around the bottom of the track. Now he goes up to the top and then right down through the middle of 1 and 2. It looks like he may have found a spot there. Boy, if he has, look out. If he can get the car in it, he will run there every lap. And he pulls out the half a straightaway lead now. Then Chad Lyle. Lyle now gets the challenge from Aaron Moran. That's Joe Walker up in the 5th spot as he's kind of getting up fairly close. There goes Driscoll now to take back over 3rd place for Aaron Morant, 18 down, 7 to go. Carrick now leading lap number 20, catches a rut and slows down just momentarily. He has opened up over a straightaway lead over Chad Lyle. Luke Driscoll third. Aaron Moran fourth. Maybe now Joe Walker is going to slide into that 4th spot. He runs up around the top. Now Driscoll closing up the Lyle. 22 down, 3 to go. Driscoll now, he's making a move on Lyle. He raced for the 2nd spot. 22 now, I'm sorry, I was wrong on that lap. 3 laps to go. Kerry commanding the lead now. Like I say, he found a way to get through 1 and 2, and he is taking advantage of it. Comes out next lap. Billy Walker has it in his hand. Luke still had a serious race here for the 2nd spot. And it looks like Luke Driscoll is going to get that lap. We're going to come over here and carry last lap. Show you this line. Once again, runs it in high up against Driscoll. Cuts down to the middle of 1 and 2. Comes out almost on the bottom. Higher through the back straightaway, gets to where he doesn't want to run and catches one heck of a run. And your winner here for the first A-Mod race, 2011. Tim Carey, Luke Driscoll in 2nd, Chad Lyle 3rd, Aaron Moran 4th, Joe Walker 5th, and Kerry Davis in that spot. We've got one up against the wall, looks like Nick Newton. But that's going to do it for your first A-Mod A-Main here at Lakeside Speedway for 2011. Here with the winner at Lakeside tonight for the opening night, or shall we say day,
Definitely day.
of the 2011 season for the A-Mods, Tim Carrick. Tim, all I can say is during the race, I kept saying, I think maybe they need a tour guide to get through the canyons out there because, man, it was looking pretty rough.
It was. I mean, everybody knew, just like Warrensburg canceling last night, everybody knew that it's just going to keep getting worse, and that's what it did. And, I mean, hats off to Chad. I mean, with his heart deal and everything last year coming out there, I mean, that's a lot of work out there. And I was hoping he wasn't in tip-top shape yet. So I found out he wasn't. So we was fortunate to be able to hold on. I mean, he's kind of getting old. And he may be just a little older than I am. I'm not real sure. But at least I got him this time anyway.
Yeah. One thing about it, or the Skyrocket held together. I don't know how many of these races I've seen like this, where these modifieds with these sophisticated rear ends that they've got under them now, they just don't hold together. But boy, the Skyrocket really came through for you today.
Yeah, the deal with the Skyrockets, this is my brand new 11 car, and I got one more that Kelly and Eric built up at Shryock Racing. Base setup, I mean, the car rotates excellent. I mean, I've been talking to him nonstop about everything. And the thing about it is, Kelly runs. Eric wants to know. Say, hey, you don't have to run all them rough tracks. Small tracks and all that, bull rings, minute 30.
That's okay.
And ended up, he said, you can pull off, but Kelly's like me. You're going to do everything you can to get this thing to the front, rough or not rough.
Right.
So I appreciate everything they've done for me, my engine man Dennis and the crew guys putting up with hell, me putting both these cars together the last 2 months. So all my sponsors too, so I appreciate it.
Okay, once again, your winner here for the A-Mods at Lakeside on opening day, Tim Carrick. Way to go, Tim.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.